Hey. Uh, what's up? Welcome to a new episode of Nate's MMA Corner, and as always, if you watch my show, you're in my corner. Today's episode is a post-fight show for UFC 259, as well as other MMA news. News tidbit, I may add just one news tidbit. I'll get started with a post-fight rundown of this main card. This was an amazing main card from top to bottom. To kick off the main card for UFC 259, we had a light heavyweight clash with Alexander Rakic versus Thiago Santos, and Rakic won unanimous decision. And this was a lackluster fight. It was just a point match on strikes. But a clean win for Alexander. He clearly won the fight. The judges had a 29-28 and 30-27. Two 29-28s and one 30-27, and Alexander looked like a good, solid striker still, just like I said on my pre-fight show. And Santos is on a losing streak and is going to have to figure something out here. And who knows, with all the cuts, he might get cut. So who knows? But Alexander Rakic, I say he's up there in the title contention. If Glover were to get injured, he could be a replacement. I know this wasn't the most impressive fight and impressive win, but a win's a win, right? Then in the lightweight division, we have Islam Makhachev versus Drew Dover, and Islam won submission, arm triangle choke, round 3. And I thought he was just going to lay on top of him and out-wrestle him for 3 rounds, but towards the tail end he got that submission arm triangle choke, and it was really pushing against the shoulder of Drew Dober, and it looked amazing. And Islam gets a big win here, and I think that he wants a top 15 guy. Give him a top 15 guy. I think he's earned it. Then in the bantamweight division for the UFC bantamweight title, we had Aljamain Sterling defeat Peter Yan. And this was disqualification, illegal knee, round 4. But basically, this fight, the way I had it going, is round 1 for Aljo, and then round 2 and 3 for Peter. And so, it was essentially 29-28 going into the 4th round. And for Peter, I had it. And that's how some other judges had it as well. Aljo, just his gas tank, he put too much focus on that first round, and I think he basically, if I were his coaches, I would say striking fundamentals. Don't try the flashy moves constantly, maybe once in a blue moon, but stick to your striking fundamentals and pace yourself. Of course, if he throws one punch, you throw 2 or 3, stuff of that nature. And I'm sure Ray Longo and Matt Serra will figure this out, watch the tape, and get him in better shape for the rematch. And a lot of controversy here, but it was a legal knee to the head of a down opponent, and he was considered a down opponent, and it was impressive, fun, exciting fight. And haters on Aljo are going to hate, and but there's going to be a rematch anyways, and Dana White wants it. This will be interesting. Then in the co-main event for the UFC Women's Featherweight Championship of the World, we had Mana Nunes against Megan Anderson, and Nunes won. First round submission triangle armbar, looked amazing. I think Megan Anderson looked real hesitant and scared to really push the pace here. I could be wrong, I could be mistaken, but Megan Anderson, I've seen her really go in and dominate in previous fights, and she was Invicta champ at one point. And this is an interesting time for Nunes, because she'll get occasional contenders at featherweight, but looks like her next title defense will be at bantamweight against Juliana Pena, and so she's going to deal with the wrestling of Pena, and that's going to be, how well will that work out? We'll see, but it'll be a fun, exciting fight. But Nunes defends the title, first round submission, triangle armbar, and looked amazing. Then in the main event for the UFC light heavyweight title, we had Jan Blachowicz defending against Israel Adesanya. And this fight was 49-46, 49-45, 49-45. And yeah, I believe some of the judges had it 10-8 for the 5th round. A lot of controversy there, but I don't see there being massive controversy due to the fact that even if round 5 was a 10-9 for Jan, he still would have won a decision. It would be obviously a closer decision, but Jan still would have won a decision. And yeah, I could see either 3 or 4 of the rounds for Jan. Obviously rounds 4 and 5 for Jan, and then one of the first 3, if not 2 of the first 3 for Jan. So some are saying the scoring was grievous, but Jan, everyone agrees Jan still won the fight. So not the worst judges scorecard in the world, but yeah, it is what it is, and I can't wait to see Jan versus Glover, or possibly Jan versus Alexander. Yeah, Israel, he'll be defending his middleweight title down the line still. So there you have it on the post-fight show. And then quick little MMA news. We have Henry Cejudo saying he got, about Aljo, he got concussed and he couldn't fight, but he could conduct a full-ass interview and tweet after. This is why an Olympic gold medal is greatest accomplishment an athlete could do. But hey, Funkmaster MMA, at least you could make it Hollywood, and I'm not even hating. That's what Henry Cejudo said on Twitter. And this was shown on MMA Junkie, shown on MMA Junkie. And yeah, this, Henry Cejudo coming back would be interesting. So maybe that's Henry Cejudo hinting to a comeback. We'll see. So there's some news for you there. And stay tuned for my next episode, which Bilal Muhammad versus Leon Edwards. And that's going to be next week. Stay tuned for my pre-fight show on that one. So until then, see ya.